everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be replacing the transmission on a Honda HRR 216. It's a pretty similar process for the HRR, the HRN, and the HRX models. The reason why I'm replacing the transmission today is because the right wheel is spinning faster than the left wheel, which is making the lawnmower pull to one side as you use a self-propel mechanism. Now this lawnmower right here we're looking at has been used 7 or 8 seasons commercially. It's been put through the test pretty well. It still runs fine, but the transmission is finally going out. The only negative I have with the Honda lawnmowers is the tires. The tires tend to wear out pretty fast compared to other mowers. I've put about 3 to 4 sets of tires already on this mower, and today we're also going to be putting new tires on there. So today this lawnmower, as beaten up as it looks, is still running pretty well. So we're going to go ahead and replace the transmission and put on new tires, and I'll show you how to do it today. Before we get started, make sure your engine is cooled down, you shut off the fuel valve, and disconnect the spark plug. Please remember to look at your owner's manual for any safety tips and tricks, and always follow what's recommended with the Honda Mower Operations Manual. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to shut off the fuel shutoff valve right here and disconnect the spark plug. The spark plug is in the front of the mower, located right here. So we're just going to disconnect the spark plug. Now we don't have to worry about the engine starting by accident or having any issues. Now that we have the fuel shutoff valve off and the spark plug off, we can turn the mower over to its side. And as you can see, it's pretty dirty. So let me go ahead and scrape all that grass out and make this job a little easier. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a 12mm socket to remove the wheel. And now I'm going to remove the washers. The next thing I'm going to do is use a pair of snap ring pliers, remove the snap ring on top that will remove the gears. Once again, the transmission, the tires, and all tools I'm using, I'll post a link in the description below. Now you want to remove your gear and your pin. And your plastic cover. And now we'll do the same thing to the other side. All right, now that we have removed both of the wheels, now we're going to remove the snap ring on the inside where the transmission is. Now with the snap ring removed, we're going to remove the other snap ring right down here at the bottom. All right, now we're going to remove some of the bolts from this plastic piece using a 10mm wrench. So there's 4 screws I removed, one at the top there, one at the bottom, and then one right there in the middle and one right there. Those are the screws you need to remove. I'm going to move the lawnmower and I'm going to work on the back where the bag attachment goes. And there's a screw on the back that we're going to remove. All right, now that we've removed the bolts, now we're going to remove the plastic piece. So now we're going to remove the transmission clutch cable. There's a spring right in here. We're going to remove the spring from the transmission. Now using the 10mm socket with an extender, I'm going to remove the bolts here that are holding in the belt guard. Now I can remove the guard. All right, now that the blades are removed, I can remove the belt and pull out the tank. All right, did forget one step. We have to take the springs out from the old transmission and put them in the new ones to these two holes on the side. This is what returns it back as it moves around. So we're going to put the spring right in there like that. Take the spring out of this side and put this spring back into this side like that. Now we can put the transmission in. And what I forgot to do is put the washer and snap ring on the transmission. As you can see where my hand is, it's not there. So I went ahead and put the washer and snap ring on. And you'll be able to see that right there where my fingers are. You can see the washer and snap ring has been installed. All right, now I'm going to put the spring back on. Now we're going to put the clutch cable onto the bracket. All right, now we have the belt on. We're going to put the belt guard back on. So what I'm doing now is putting a washer back in place and putting the snap ring on the inside of the transmission on, securing it. All right, now we're going to replace the plastic shroud. Now we're going to resecure the bolts. All right, guys, I had to order some parts as I took off the gears of the rear wheels. It looked like the left side was pretty worn out. Here's a new gear versus the old gear. You can see where it's worn out. So I had to kind of put the project on hold for about a week while I wait for the parts to come in. I'll put a link in the description if you need any of the parts. Here's a complete set of all the little parts, the washers and the gears, to put the whole wheel assembly back together again. So it's pretty simple. Once we have this lock pin in here, you just take your black wheel guard, put it on top like that. You want to put your washer on. All right, so you want to get this pin in your gear. You put the pin in that little spring hole on the side, and then you put your gear in there. After that's on, you want to get your washer and your snap ring. Put the washer on top, and then put on your snap ring. Now that we have the gear, the washer, and the snap ring in, we're going to place our washers.
And you want the curvy washer up, like this picture.
We're going to put our tire on gently so it makes contact with our gears. And then secure the wheel bolt. And you want to snug that nice and tight. All right, so let's move to the other side. We have the transmission in here. Next thing we're going to do is put our washer on. And then our snap ring. All right, then we can put our plastic cover back on.
And now put on our pin and our gear back on.
All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put on the washer and the snap ring back on. We're going to put the washers on like this with the curvy one on top. Your new wheel, we're going to gently put it on to match it up with its gears. And screw on your bolt. All right, so the rear wheels are done. The new transmission is put in. While we're at it, we might as well replace the front wheels as well. Front wheels aren't as bad, but they're easy to do. Rear wheels are the hardest to do on this lawnmower. So let's go ahead and replace the front wheels real quick. Look how simple this is. Just need to loosen your front wheel bolt. Take off the wheel, remove the leaf. Put your bolt through your wheel with your washer. There you go, and you just screw it back on. Once again, you want to snug it up pretty tight. And do the same for the other side. All right, guys, that's how you replace the transmission and your wheels on the Honda HRR 216. Ran into a few snags with the gears and stuff, but overall, it took me probably about an hour to do overall. Links in the description for the wheels, the transmission, and all the different gears for the wheels. Not too bad of a process. It does take a little bit of time. It can get pretty frustrating at times working with the transmission and the snap rings, but overall it is a do-it-yourself project that you can do versus paying $60 to $80 at a shop an hour. Please like, subscribe, and comment below if you have any questions. Thanks again.